user research and understand what context users are accessing those assets, it leads us into what tactics we need to deploy in our mobile strategy to satisfy our users' needs. So in order to actually map context to tactics, we need to know a little bit more about what these tactics are and how they're relevant to the B2B space. And before we do that, there are a few best practices we should talk about. And the first is leading with your users first. So what we mean by that is to never start your mobile marketing strategy by selecting a device or selecting a technology first. What we want to do is observe, listen, and understand our users and test prototypes with users often in order to really understand what's going to be effective in the mobile channel. The second best practice is really to benchmark your competition. It's always good to see what others are doing, and aside from that, it's also good to see what expectations your customers have in the mobile space from you and your competitors. And currently, I would guess that your competitors probably aren't doing much in the mobile space and probably don't even have a mobile website. So there's a lot of opportunity out there to create differentiating value and take advantage of the space to reach out to an audience that your competitors might not even be reaching right now. Next, start small. I've talked about this at length already, but the idea is to start small and select solutions that are the easiest to implement but have the greatest impact. So most mobile marketing tactics that we're going to be talking about today are scalable, so we can adjust accordingly to budget and time available to make them work for our situation. Even with the mobile application, there's ways to start small there at a lower scale and then grow that application after we start to learn a little bit more about what's effective and what's going to be successful in that channel. The next best practice that we need to consider is thinking globally. So B2B has much more international considerations than B2C. For example, smartphone and feature phone adoption differ across the world. In some parts of Asia, smartphone adoption and internet connection speeds are much faster than what we have here in America. And there's other regions where feature phones are still in use. And in those cases, SMS is probably a great solution to reach out to feature phone users who don't have a very fast internet connection or internet connection at all.